We are going to learn data types in SQL. What is data types? Data types is basically they define the kinds of a data that column in a database table can hold. Okay, it's basically used to like the data integrity. There are mainly three types of a data type. First is a numeric, string, and date and time. First, we will look at the numeric. Numeric have the three data types: integers, decimal, and a float. Integers always store the whole number. Decimal store the decimal value in terms of like a financial or the price or the balance will give the decimal point data. And the float stores the approximate value like the scientific result or anything. In a string there is a three data types like the characters, variable, and a text. Character is basically used to store like the fixed length of data, like the short code. If tables have state, if the state tables have the state abbreviations or anything, that you for that we can use the character data types. And a varchar, there are always store integers plus the string value. If you want to store the address or the name or the anything, that basically stores using the varchar. We can goes up to max value is the varchar is the 4000. Third, in a string is a text is basically store uh, descriptions of any product, descriptions of any country. That column is showing the descriptions of any product or the country. So that long form of the data we can store into text data type, which is the present into a string. Third is the date and the time. Date is basically date and the time is basically the okay date and time. In date and time we have a date function is basically used to store like the birth date or when the employee is got hired. That type of the data we can store into a date functions. For example, consider get date we are storing into ddYYMM format. So second in date and time is a date time is basically store date plus time. Is basically if any transaction data, like the if any transaction data, if you want to know when transaction is happening with the time, so we can use the date time. You can use the date time function. By default, if we get the get date, it's basically present in a date and a time format. Okay. And other data types is a boolean. Boolean, like the boolean value basically store if you know that true and false value. So basically, if you want to define the flag is like the admin is active over the not person. Like the if the flag is admin over not that person. In the table, if you want to define that, you can define using the flag value, true or the false value. Like you can define the data types like